Alright folks, Pitching Ace 88, we are back playing Plants vs. Zombies 2. It's about time. We are on day 5 of Big Wave Beach. Ready, set, plant. So, this day, they're going to give you plants again. You will notice that every time that I'm not actually able to pick my plants, it becomes very, very difficult for me. Because again, I have my own strategies that I like. Now what you can do here is basically wait till you get a whole bunch of plants on your side. Is basically wait for that zombie to get up to the top, because that tide will come up before he actually reaches the tide line. So the great thing about that is, boom, you can easily use that thing to take him out. Again, we're kind of waiting for us to gather quite a few plants so that we can take these guys out, at least in the very beginning. You'll notice that at the end it gets very difficult, and I do actually come into there becomes an issue definitely at the end, and that's just because the tide line doesn't go back as far, and this is slightly random in what they generate, and it generates not what I need. So low tide, problem with low tide right now is, again, you cannot use any of your tangled webs. So you can definitely use that, the tangled kelp on the other rows. Use it right there just to get a plant food. That way we could very, very easily get rid of the second from the top row. I notice in the very bottom row we're going to have a little bit of an issue just because we did not have enough pea shooters. If you end up getting more pea shooters in the beginning than tangled kelp, you are doing a lot better than I am, and you will probably get through this a lot better than I will. You'll notice right there that we came very, very close, but we were lucky enough to get them out. Got another achievement there, which is pretty cool. With the tangled kelp, your main focus is going to be get rid of the bucket zombies, unless there's a extenuating circumstance of possibly losing one of your plants. But for the most part, you want to use the tangled kelp on the row that really needs it the most. So as of right now, when you lose stuff, they give you some stuff. It helps you out a bit, but you also have to know that it will only help you out to a certain extent. It does not help you out completely. It is random. So as much as I'm able to get through this one, get through the first wave, get through all of that stuff, take these guys out, it may not be as easy for you guys. I hope it is. I hope that this really, really helps you out. I used a plant food on this one I used a tangled kelp on that one just to basically take him out, because I needed plant food to take these guys out basically as quickly as I possibly can. You'll notice in that top row we are very, very much struggling. And due to that, we're going to definitely put the nut in that row. This level is a constant struggle all the time. It is one of those ones where I had to replay this one multiple times. I finally got to where I was able to take a lot of these guys out, find kind of a strategy that would help me out in this area. You'll notice again in that top row, it's going to be very, very difficult to take these guys out. We really want to stop that guy. Great thing about taking out that buckethead in the bottom row is that the rest of the pea shooters should be able to take out the next zombie. That top row is going to be a huge problem. Regardless of what you do, it's just going to be a huge problem, especially if you focus on some of the other rows like I have. You can definitely have a whole row full of just pea shooters, like I decided to do. They actually do a pretty good job, but again, you have the bucket heads. The bucket heads are very, very difficult. They do a really good job of dealing a lot of damage and being very difficult to kind of take out. Tangled kelp on a non-bucket head was not helpful, but regardless, taking out this guy right here just because we don't want him to continue to do extenuating damage to our just regular walnut. Now that the top row is done, we're going to get rid of everyone for the simple fact that we want to basically get another walnut that we can utilize and that we can place down. And as you see, once we got rid of it, we were able to get walnuts in the other 2 rows. So that's kind of the great thing about that. You know, we were able to use the tangled nut on one of the zombies, which is fantastic. But at this point, again, they went a little too far, which is very, very unfortunate for us, due to the fact that the tangled kelp is actually not going to reach them. And the game's going to keep basically giving you tangled kelp and pea shooters. I really wish that they would give you a walnut at this point, because you've gotten rid of all the other ones. Theoretically, it should give you one. And it does right there, which is helpful in a way. But there's 2 bucket heads. There's no way, if there's 2 bucket heads right here, that you're really going to be able to get through this part. So at this point, you're just going to notice that the lawnmower is going to take them out. Not ideal, but again, this is going to be day 5. Hope you guys all enjoyed. This has been Pushing 88. Over and out.